Welcome in, everybody. Tonight's reading isn't going to be all that long. I just want to come on here and say thank you to my tribe. I'm doing my best to appreciate you too, but they're making it extremely difficult. I'm doing the best I can with what I have available to me. And no matter what I put my heart and soul into, it's never enough. Somebody's always got a fucking problem about it. I know I'm good enough. I know I have what it takes to do what I need to do. But every step of the way, there's either red tape, there's somebody's stupid ass opinion, stupid ass comments. Makes no fucking difference. Not that it matters. And I've done it. No matter how frustrated I get, I do it without throwing hands. I was always the one to walk away. I come to the realization today that all I've been doing is walking away. To appease everyone. Whereas it really got me. Yeah, Charlie's a piece of shit. Yeah, let's just go back to the status quo of the 9 to 5, right? Go back to slave labor. Yeah. Let's not even look at look at our divine calling. Let's not look at our purpose. Let's not look at anything that we find joy in, right? Just get back to perpetuating this stupid ass machine that doesn't get us anywhere to begin with. Typical bot. That's a good question. Where do we go from here? We awaken. We awaken to the lies, the deception, the deceit. We awaken to the illusion. And we see things for what it is. We do the healing, we empower ourselves, we step up, we step into a new timeline. Only for imbeciles to knock us back down again. People that don't understand, that don't even take you seriously. They try to rip you at your fucking ankles and rip you back down into submission. I'm even now starting to wonder why I haven't snapped. Part of me thinks it's not my job to snap. And part of me thinks it's just my job to continue shining the light. I pour out my heart and my compassion to people. And to some, they appreciate it. Such as my tribe. And then there's others that just continue on with their fucking bitterness. And thinking they have a right to do so. That's the whole thing. Most people get a kick out of making sure that your hands aren't clean. Making sure that you're clawing through the fucking dirt. As long as they can make you look lesser than them, all the power to it. As long as they have entertainment, as long as they have something to laugh at. They're thinking life is a big whole fucking joke. Meanwhile, they're the problem. They're the problem with the world. I've had to fight my whole life through. So how could I actually really think of this life as just a joke? It's actually quite serious. I have no other choice but to think of it that way. Oh, Aiden, just be the bigger person. Set an example. Because I set the example, because I speak truth. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like facing reality. And it seems like no matter where I walk, it's all fucking toxic. Every step. Anybody that I really poured out my heart to ended up being toxic. Up until YouTube. Up until I met my tribe. I expressed my feelings, I expressed my thoughts, my wisdom. And slowly but surely, day in, day out, day after day, I meet and I met each and every single one of you. So when you guys think that you might be useless, that you might not have a purpose, or that you don't think you're enough, you're so much more than that. You're so much more than what you could even fathom. Because just as I have helped you, you've helped me to realize what's actually important. And as much as you are a tribe, you're also complete strangers from all around the world. Not total strangers, though. There is definitely an element of family and friendship that I very much appreciate. Without you guys, my life would be so much different. I'd be drowning. I mean, I already hit rock bottom. Overextended. The water over my head. I've already been there. And now, I don't feel so trapped. I don't feel so stuck with no options. I mean, today I had a spiritual bath, and I took time out to forgive everyone that was ever wronged me. My friends, my family. I let all the pain and the resentment go. And I asked the divine for deep healing so that I can eventually rise into my new timeline, into the best version of myself. Trusting that the divine light will show me the way. There has been a couple times there, though, where things have gotten pretty bad. And I kind of wish I could have turned back time to when I was in my car. To where I could just fall asleep. But Spirit recognized my pain and my sadness and helped me realize that had I not woke up and fought for my life to get my windows down, I wouldn't have had my channel to the extent that it is right now. I wouldn't have had all these beautiful people, beautiful souls, walking and standing with me. I wouldn't change it for the world. Family tends to say blood is thicker than water. Although blood flows through your veins, you can't live off it. You still need to drink water. You still need food. You still need a roof over your head. And I realized today, this morning, the roommate had the TV on and they were watching the news. And I realized that the so-called status quo, the so-called norm, it is totally diluted. It's totally diluted. They are so far removed from what's important. Like they had a segment on today. What do you usually splurge on in the summertime? That was a big question. And I tried to think about it. And I tried to splurge on the sun. Thank you, David. I splurge on the sun because here in the northern hemisphere, you only get it for so long. And when I was in isolation, it was one of the things that healed me. And I find laying out in the sun, the darkness has nowhere to go. Recognizing the sun, the dark has no choice but to flee and go away. Where the hell did you go? The sun actually is a very good cure for depression. And it got me thinking. There were certain people in the last couple years that tried to get me so scared that I wouldn't go outside. That I would just stay inside. There's some people out there that got me to the point where I didn't want to even be around people. Like I was craving solitude. To be by myself. That I just didn't want to people anymore. I kind of thought to myself, if I could only find somewhere out in the bush where I could actually make a tree fort, or a tree house. To where I didn't have to be around people, I didn't have to explain myself anymore, I didn't have to fight for even the ability to just be. I didn't have to defend myself. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had a bunch of people offer me a place throughout my life. But no matter what was offered to me, it never felt like home. And I had a comment come into my comments the other night. Oh, he looks homeless. And I got to thinking, you know what? Yeah, you might as well call it that. Because anywhere that I've been for the last 17 years has just been a roof over my head. It hasn't been home. Hasn't felt like home. Hasn't looked like home. And you know what's really odd? Everywhere I go, the same comment comes back at me. I really enjoy you staying with me. Although you may appreciate my hospitality, you've literally helped make this house a home. This place hasn't felt like home to me. Which, this is them talking to me, right? This place hasn't felt like home in a long, long time. And just as I may be a blessing to you, to give you a roof over your head, you're giving me a blessing and taking this house and making it a home. A place of compassion, inclusion, understanding, love, respect, teamwork. But apparently lately, I would say the last 5 years, it's been nothing but an inconvenience. That's all I've been. I seem to be always in the way. I'm not enough, and anything I do isn't good enough. So this is what's brought me to the whole idea of what's the point? Why do I bother? I can't help that I'm tired. I can't help that I'm exhausted. I've done anything and everything I could humanly possible to rise above all the challenges and the pain and the suffering that I've endured. And I figure at 42 I shouldn't have to explain myself. After I did everything, I wouldn't have to make it so people would have to understand, or that they could understand. And I think the biggest lesson that I've learned in the last couple years, home isn't where you stay. It doesn't matter where you go. At this point, I don't think home exists. Home is where the heart is. And after all the pain and all the abuse, it's taken me so many years to even love myself and to pour back into myself. The last time I remember feeling what home felt like to me was when my grandmother was alive. It's the only place I felt safe. The only place I could actually fall asleep and actually rest. It was the only place I could finally regulate my nervous system. And out of all the years that I've been alive, I've only had my place once. I've only had one apartment to myself. And it was very short-lived. And really, it wasn't even my apartment. It was still my mother's apartment. But even then, I didn't feel like home. So when I ask you for support, when I ask you for help, I need you to understand to the velocity of that help. I mean, I've been on a housing list for over 17 years now, counting both lists. $20 altogether. And people wonder why I don't smile anymore. I'll give a smirk, I'll give a grin, but I'm not outright smiling anymore. I have no reason to smile. Oh, you should feel grateful with what you have. Yeah. I should. I really should. But you don't have to be beaten to shit in order to be abused. Hell, you don't even need to be yelled at. It's the way people treat you. It's the gaslighting. It's the fucking mind games. It's the constant bitterness of the world. To my members and my supporters, you're literally keeping me above water right now. Although YouTube tends to take 30% of it, I have other options. And it's not like I'm asking for free money. I'm not asking for a handout. I mean, I've worked hard on this channel. In any job that I've ever taken on, I've worked extremely hard. Welcome in, Starlight. Thank you for 3 months of membership chat level. Hell, even my telemarketing job. I was promoting insurance back in the day. And over the whole call center, within that client, I rose the sales 60% because I made a little key for the top of the keyboard to help us disposition the call better rather than looking at a piece of paper. And they took it and they ran with it. And they made a lot more money with it. The construction job I had, I was the first one hired for the job. It was a job that was never made before. And I was the one that was walking into it for the first time. And I'm the one that set the bar. I'm the one that set the quality. And you know, they couldn't even get a team of 5 people to go in a house and do the same job I did. 5 people. Because they tested it over and over and over again. I would go into the house and I would do the job of 5 people. We both went into the house at the same time, and we were both coming out of the house at the same time. Same size house. And I still had to go into the house that they did and still go in and clean it, even after they left. So for people out there to think that I was the problem and that I should just go get a job and, get on with it. When I say I make people look bad for the inadequacy and the delinquence that they have, and the fact that they don't follow through with quality because they think life's a fucking joke and they don't put any effort into something. I mean, the one warehouse I worked at, the whole time I was there, I took on 2 people's jobs as my own. I was a line worker and I was a health and safety cleaner. So anything that looked unhealthy or unsafe, I made sure that it was cleaned up. And not one person got injured during the time that I was there. But within 2 weeks after I left, somebody broke their ankle, somebody broke their arm, somebody broke something else and hurt themselves. And the warehouse job, they pretty well hazed me out of it because I wasn't putting up with their bullshit anymore. I couldn't. I was going to snap out. And I wasn't going to work in the unsafe environment that they had me working in. And I automatically said no, and I refused work. I says, I'm either going to clean this up and get back to work, or I'm walking out. I could have had the whole team walk out with me, but no. Sometimes it's not about the job, it's about the principle. And people get a kick out of ruining me. People get a kick out of knocking me down. People get a kick out of trying to knock me off the so-called soapbox they think that I'm standing on. I mean, I'm only 5'2". Whether I'm standing on a soapbox or not, it's still not big enough. I need a fucking stage. But I work myself to the bone to the point where I can't do physical labor anymore. My arm can't handle it, my shoulder can't handle it, my ankles, my feet, my knees, my hip can't handle it anymore. So what can I do, really? I can come on here, I can do readings. But even there's people there that, apparently people have a problem with that too. I applied to disability 3 times and they wouldn't even take me. Oh, you're too able-bodied. Yeah. Heaven forbid you go on services, government services. They don't even pay you enough to scratch your ass, let alone eat. Somehow you're supposed to survive off of that. With inflation, they barely give you $600, and a fucking bedroom is like $1,000 and up. So no wonder why the crime rate is up. No wonder why they've got people snapping out. You're either in a ward somewhere, or you're in behind bars somewhere. Because what else do you have if you don't have a family, if you don't have any support? Heaven forbid the support that you get or have is toxic. But somehow we're just supposed to submit to it, go along with it. Because we really have no choice. We become slaves anyway. No matter if they're honest and transparent or not. It doesn't seem to be getting any better. As much as we want it to. It just seems to be getting worse. It's almost as if the governments of the world are inciting the chaos on purpose. Gradually turning up the burner to the point where we're boiling. Julian, stop lying to yourself. Oh, it isn't getting better. Itgetsbetter.org can eat shit, as far as I'm concerned. So I've already shuffled the cards. I'm just going to be leaving it as it is. I'm just going to pull it right from the top and put it down. Whatever cards come out, they come out. Whether or not it's your reading is up to you. Whether or not it's your message is up to you to discern for yourself. Julian can stay. Usually it's an 18 or over, but I have a feeling he has an old soul. So he can stay in, Max. I don't feel he'll be any trouble. He's needing a support group right now, and I don't mind him hanging out with us. So the first reading. We got the lust card, greed, by any means necessary, inconsiderate. And we have the Four of Crystals in reverse. So this is the control and security card, and it's in reverse. So it's almost like somebody is trying to take away safety and comfort by any means necessary. And they're collaborating to do it. That's the current situation. What's crossing you? Sanctuary and rest. The inability to rest, the inability to have sanctuary, the inability to decompress. Antisocial. In your feelings, silent treatment, left out. Whether or not you can express your feelings or not. That's the overall challenge. And having no other choice but to reconcile with your toxic people around you. You're just supposed to shut up and take it, apparently. It's positioning the environment for people to be exploited. Which is a very dangerous thing to do. Apparently, we're not allowed to be empowered. We're not allowed to be enlightened. We're supposed to slow down and take some time. Smell the roses. And somehow learn to love ourselves again. Totally changing the whole way we look at life and love. And compassion, for that matter. And in the heart space, having our families ripped apart. Our so-called families. Yet somehow be able to mentor wisdom and giving back. We're supposed to somehow allow our families to be ripped apart, yet nurture at the same time. And find balance and love each other, apparently. I feel really gaslit with this reading so far. I don't know about you. Focusing on ourselves. Realizing that the soulmate idea is dead. And I think this whole aspect of taking us out of our element and ruining our foundation and our well-being And removing the blessings creates a situation to be in that limbo and always having to move forward through another door, to cross another crossroad. But never ever getting to the point where you're in unity with someone that you love. There's always chaos. There's always something coming up against you to ruin everything that you've ever wanted. It's kind of giving that feeling of never being able to have anything nice. Because anything nice, anything you enjoy is destroyed. And we're just supposed to roll with it. We got the Page of Feathers here, exploration and discovery. So like there's messages coming in, messages and communication. They're watching constantly. They're watching. They're lurking. Wanting some sort of a commitment. This is also telling me that exploration and discovery, that God's a narcissist. And this is why I don't use the God word in my live. I don't follow the God paradigm. The funny thing is, Jesus didn't even believe in God, which I find totally ironic. Because Jesus knew God was a narcissist. The overall reading, the Queen of Crystals here, comfort and prosperity is being delayed. People are too busy. They're procrastinating. Focused on their self, nobody else. Making excuses. Oh, you can shine your light. You're okay. You'll be all right. Giving you no other choice but to go through an awakening. And awaken yourself to your divinity in order to find the strength within you to keep moving. To help make it make sense. Stability. Ten of Pentacles. Attainment of your wildest dreams, your biggest legacy. Being able to hold on to that. We're still missing that. We're still longing for that. Longing for stability, longing for reunion or closure. It's all lies. It's all it ever was. The deception and the lies and the betrayal is real. Your karmic's hope is also your fear as a divine being. And it's to basically have all of your options and all of your possible things that you're working on fall apart and be worthless. And they do this by making you look like a dirty little secret. Something that you've strived with integrity to not have anything to do with. This is what they want you to be, though. This is what they want your rebirth to look like. They just don't want to wham bam, thank you ma'am, and move on. Like you're nothing. The audacity to bring recovery? No. They want to bring chaos. Yeah, they want to bring chaos to your glow up, to your new opportunities, your new career, successful business. They want to bring chaos to that. To the point where you don't walk away. This is what your karmics are wishing for you. Wishing for me. Projecting all their fucking bullshit. Ruining people's lives. Making them out to be what they're not. Not willing to take accountability for anything. It's okay for them to rip you apart and diminish you and ridicule you and judge you and, you know, shatter your fucking heart and have you in a constant mental fucking upheaval. But, you know, when you do it to them, it's not fun. It's not prudent. It's not proper. You have to apparently mind your manners while they step all over everything you're building. It's absolutely maddening. Absolutely maddening. And the audacity to think that they can do that and get away with it. Because as compassionate people, the ones that are unconditionally loving and understanding, we just kind of roll with it. We understand that they're dumb. We understand that they're selfish. We understand that they're greedy and they want to get what they want to get. If they don't get what they get all stompy and bitter and fucking pissed off. But heaven forbid you try to go for your own new opportunity. Nope, you're not allowed. The audacity of these people. I walked into the Halloween store, I think it was last Halloween, and I seen the Mad Hatter hat. I wish I got it. We all got to be a little bit mad in order to survive the world. I was reading one. This is reading two. We're starting off with a situation as a justice card. You're no longer suffering in silence, you're speaking up. You're speaking on your unspoken desires, your real feelings, your broken dreams. Well, I sure as hell am tonight. I think number two is my reading. And wouldn't it be sweet and beautiful to get some justice, finally? I must admit, it would be a wonderful thing. But I'm sick and tired of getting my hopes up for nothing. Like I'm almost to the point where I want to demonetize YouTube and monetize Hipsy and just put everything to Hipsy and forget YouTube altogether. Like I'll still do collectives and stuff, but throw the monetization on the bottom, and if you guys want any type of, if you want to give any support, head on over to Hipsy instead. Yeah, justice, suffering, and silence. I guess I need to snap. I guess people need me to step out of fucking character and get my hands fucking dirty. They clearly poking the beast and thinking that they can continue poking the beast and get away with it. The beast is asleep. It's definitely not dead. The obstacle, the choice to trust and love. Isn't that ironic? Resentful, competitive, discontent. I don't have an envious bone in my body. I sure as hell don't want to be resentful. I'm not competitive. I'm standing in my own fucking lane and people won't leave me alone. And that's what makes me discontent the most. Constantly guarding my heart, being compassionate regardless. Standing on truth. No longer paranoid or cautious. Fuck around and find the fuck out. They're trying to manipulate me to do that. People want me to snap. They're hoping for it. But they don't understand what they're doing. They have not a fucking clue. Not a fucking clue. Taking action. Being focused. They don't want to cut ties either. No freedom allowed. Not allowed to stand up for yourself. Not allowed to awaken. But go ahead, take all the action you want. Apparently people want to celebrate me for snapping out. Go figure. Ace of shells in the heart space. Because that makes sense. No longer confused. Happiness, abundance. Some sort of reconciliation. Somebody doesn't want to fight anymore. Yeah. Is that what happens? I need to snap out for people to fucking take me seriously? Page of shells, intuition, inspiration. I don't want to hurt anybody. I see the potential. I see the potential that I have. But I also see the darkness and the shadow that I have. And if I'm petrified of my own shadow, and I've got him locked up for my protection and everyone else's, I think that's a good thing. But somebody wants to see the monster come out of the fucking cage and rip some fucking heads off and break some fucking necks. Apparently that's their whole idea, to get me out of isolation. And get me back into some sort of toxic energy. I have them locked away for a particular reason. I would sooner focus on my divine wisdom and the shaman part of me, the spiritual power. Blood ties, an inner circle. So this is a family trying to do this, trying to get me to snap out. So that way I can fulfill their whole idea and their whole judgment on me. And they have a reason to put me away and basically take from them. They owe me. It's not the other way around. I don't owe them a damn fucking thing. I don't owe them my life. I don't owe them anything. If anything, they owe me. They owe me my house. They owe me my money. The way my grandmother wanted it to begin with. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, Ace of Crystals in the reverse. What, because I'm speaking truth, they're all of a sudden losing everything? They're receiving karma and now they're blaming it on me, right? Emotions, worry, and fear. Yeah, they should be fucking scared about losing absolutely everything. How's it feel? for lying on me. How's it feel? You lie on my name my whole fucking life. I rest my case. Queen of Shells. Bitter, emotional piece of shit. No peace, no compassion. Just a bitter old bitch. No longer have a head in the clouds. No more delusions. No more hopes and dreams. Just bitterness. That's what they want. They don't want people watching me anymore. That's why they want me to snap out. It's funny, the more I snap out, the more views I get. The more I don't give a fuck, and the more I just talk about anything and everything, the more views I get. But they don't want that to happen. I find it wild. Number 3. Not being happy with what you got. You're not satisfied. Because you're dealing with nothing but a bunch of fucking double life cheater, backstabber, two-faced motherfuckers. No wonder why you're not satisfied, collective. Somehow that's justice. Apparently it's justice for somebody. Yeah, in your mind's eye, they want you to be fighting for your life. They want you to be sticking up for yourself. They want you to have the determination and the stamina. But apparently they want you to prove it. And they want you to snap out and be out of control. With no discipline. And ruin your whole reputation and authority. And open up a whole bunch of old wounds. Old sardine cans that's been sitting on the shelf for like 40 years. They want to put a death to your heart. But luckily this is a transformation. Oh, yeah. Put a death to you and just live in the moment. Who gives a fuck about anybody? Stop caring so much. Start caring about yourself. You deserve better. Isn't it the whole idea to be of service to others and be of service to yourself at the same time? By helping out others, you're actually helping yourself. It's the way I understand it. Because if you're helping if you're helping somebody and everybody's doing that, then everybody's being assisted. Everybody's being of service to help people. And if everybody's being of service to help people, then everybody gets the help they need. It's a win-win. But heaven forbid I make any sense whatsoever. I don't know. Having no other choice but to be strategic. People being sneaky, people being sly, deceptive, Yeah. They don't want you having any self-care. They don't want you doing any self-care or introspection or any meditation. Screw the healing. Why heal? Be as bitter as fuck and stop caring about everybody. Ruin your whole reputation of being a compassionate human being. So that way you look exactly the way we want you to. Dingy, dusty, selfish piece of shit. So that way we can take your legacy, we can take your life, we can take your inheritance. It's all coming out in the cards. Don't become a great citizen. Don't become a healer. You're not allowed. You're supposed to be a dark and dingy piece of shit. Interesting. Yeah, casting illusions. There's no chaos. It just looks that way. It's a figment of your imagination. It's a big fantasy. Yeah, it's only just to take away your independence. Take away your ability to stand on your own fucking 2 feet. Heaven forbid. You might want to do that. You got some great ideas, but we want to take them. Because then it doesn't make us look like such a fucking psychopath. And then we'll just breadcrumb you. Like we've always done. Like who gives a fuck about you? Right? Just as long as we don't look like a psychopath. That's all that matters. Let's see, they're allowed to be two-faced, cheating, backstabbing pieces of shit, and that's justice for them. Your influence, their influence. A big, huge, fat fucking tower. Oh, I see how it is. So they're just going to breadcrumb until, they want to move on. Once they get what they want, they'll move on. Right? That's how selfish and sadistic they are. Just give me what I want and then you can move on. We won't say nothing. We'll stop calling you. We'll stop bugging you. We'll stop harassing you. We'll stop gang stalking you. Just give us what we want. Snap the fuck out. Ruin your fucking life. So that way you lose your whole reputation. You lose everything you worked for. Yet again, you cannot have anything nice. You're not allowed. Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to put an absolute end to absolutely everything that you were hoping for. Anything that you were building. And don't stress out about it, though. Don't stress out. No. No need to have migraines over the ending of your life. You don't have to worry. It'll be fine. We're only destroying your absolute fucking life, but who gives a shit, right? Who gives a fuck? Yeah. 8 of acorns. Come on, we put so much energy into ruining you. Why the fuck won't you die? Why? The gentle never dies. The ones that nurture never die. the ones that are balanced within their masculine and feminine, pretty well become immortal. That's why. Oh yeah. The whole ending of, and the don't worry about dying, don't worry about being stressed out. You don't have to be stressed out. Yeah, because we're trying to ruin your wish fulfillment. Rip your fucking heart out. You're not allowed to have anything nice. Yeah, everything you're building, let's destroy it. You don't deserve it anyway. This has been my whole fucking life, by the way, collective. I find it ironic that it's all coming out in the cards. And you very well could resonate with this. You could very much vibe with all of this. It kind of makes us feel like we're not alone. And that's what makes our tribe special. Because we're not alone. We have some very sadistic people out there. And you know what? Maybe as a worldwide tribe, maybe we should go rogue. Maybe we should seek out the narcissists and beat them at their own game. And then just make them disappear and get rid of them, one at a time. It's a thought. Might as well be a zombie because that's how they're acting. Like, I guess there's some sort of stupid conspiracy theory that everybody that got the shot and the 5G towers and all this bullshit, they're supposed to set off a certain frequency and turn us all into zombies. We're already there. They don't have to put so much work into it. We're already there. With the narcissistic bullshit running around, the sadistic, psychopathic bullshit running around, we're already there. They are a bunch of fucking zombies. Selfish, sadistic, shallow, dusty pieces of shit. Number 5 is alive. Strategy, resilience. Somebody's bringing a fight. There's some sort of a fight. They want you exhausted, collective. They want you burnt out, burdened, and empty. Okay? Why? They want you literally having no other choices. But in your mind, you've already released the pain. You've already released the betrayal. Right? Or that's the challenge. Releasing the betrayal. Without an apology. No closure. No nothing. Aren't you the dude from Subway, Jared? Didn't he get put away for being a pedophile or something? Yeah, they don't want to giving any apologies. They don't want you releasing the betrayal. They don't want you looking at the fact that they're arrogant, they're insecure, they're rash actions. They don't feel they should take accountability for all the lies they've told other people. But yeah, just continue looking towards the future. Look towards the illusion that won't be there when you get there. You know, the American dream where you gotta be asleep to believe it. Yeah, no running, no escaping, no denial, no excuses. Just go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Phoenix, I messaged you back. I didn't get no tracking number. I didn't get no notification. There was nothing. I don't know if you're the one that sent me the whatchamacallit. Yeah. I find that wild. 6 of shells and 6 of cups. Both 6 of cups in the reverse. There's some sort of duty-free kind of situation. And had you came at me beforehand, I would have told you to hold off. I was hoping to wait till after the tariffs to do anything male side. But now we wait. No escaping the future chaos. The attitude in relation is more challenge and more growth, more conflict. Why? Because they want to make us feel hopeless. They want loss, depression. They want us basically offing ourselves, is what they want. That's why they're putting so much pressure on everyone. And they don't want us stepping into our warrior self. They don't want us, you know, they don't want us being strong. Influence? Because they want the security and abundance for themselves. That's why. They don't care that you destroy yourself, but they want it all for themselves. That's how selfish and sadistic they are. Yeah. They want you to be stuck and stagnant, dead end, maybe even frozen. Six of crystals for the hopes and fears. They want to give you an illusion that it's all going to be fine. Everything is going to be great. Just comply and everything will be fine. It's rumors. It's lies. It's deception. It's part of the gossip train. That's all it is. It has no fucking grounds for anything solid. They're just making an illusion of what balance should look like. Yeah. So that way they can basically make you look like you're self-sabotaging, and that way they don't have to take accountability for anything. That way they can get rid of all those continuous cycles that they had to do to try to take you out. All those bad decisions and addictions, they can finally let them go. As long as you're out of the picture, as long as you're dead in a ditch somewhere, everybody's happy. They're hoping you're doing it sooner than later. Now, I do not wish this on anyone. Of everything that I'm saying tonight, I do not wish this on anyone of my collective or whatever. But this is like, it seems to be a karmic fucking cesspool that we're talking about. Of what people want. Outside of ourselves. The people that are, you know, targeting, this is what they're wanting. This seems to be their cesspool of thoughts. The Three of Acorns. A new situation for a new reading. The Three of Acorns in the reverse. They want you missing out. That's your situation. They don't want you rising above. Heaven forbid you're not allowed to burn any bridges. That's why they want you to miss out. Mm-hmm. These are old relationships. These are old exes. They want you dead. They don't want burned bridges. So if they can't have you, no one else can, is the energy I'm getting here. Yeah. Your obstacles, your challenges is to not snap out. Your obstacles and challenges is to not lose your focus. But they're hoping you lose your focus. They hope you're losing your stability. They hope you look like a fucking delinquent homeless person, because that way, you know, it goes along with their story and all the lies that they've been telling. So that way it eventually can put you at rest. And I mean, they want to put you in the ground. King of Acorns in reverse. Yeah, they want you reacting. They want you acting out of desperation, out of anger, petty, bitter. I'm like lukewarm compared to this, in retrospect of it all. Yeah. They want you reacting. They want you out of character so that way they can put you to rest, having no possibilities, not to follow your dreams, not to make up your mind, not to believe in yourself. To totally react and snap out. They want you broken. They want you having nightmares. They want you having failures. They want you shattered. Your family does. So that way they can continue stealing on your inheritance, and that way you don't speak out about it. That's okay. Nobody gives a fuck anyway, right? The lawyers won't do anything. The cops won't do anything. They ruined my car, so I can't even do anything. Yeah, who gives a fuck? Who cares? The more you look like a delusional fucking cuckoo head, the better. Queen of Feathers, yeah. That's what I thought. Attitude and relation. Nurture your truth, right? Nurture your truth and face the consequences. And walk away. But you're balancing things out. You're walking away. And because you're walking away, they're facing their consequences. Justice is here, collective. Yeah. Balance, adaptability, but no paperwork. They just want you to walk away without saying a word, just let it happen. Like $100,000 down the drain. Who gives a fuck, right? Who cares about that money? You're allowed to go out and suffer. You're allowed to go out and be homeless. You're allowed to go out and live in a fucking ditch dead somewhere. But $100,000, no. Just let that go. You weren't going to build a family or a business with that anyway. So I just, that they just spent it on you. As if it was some sort of a lottery win. Yeah. Knight of Acorns, action and drive. What about it in the hopes and fears? Basically, hurry up and wait. Take action, have drive, but don't be inspired, don't be optimistic, and don't be successful. Ah, the Queen of Pentacles, look who showed up. This stingy ass motherfucking bitch. Cunt motherfucker. Two of Acorns. Interesting. Insight, focus. Yeah, you ripped their mask off. They can't hide anymore. There's no concealing, there's no deception. So, snap out. Just snap out. It does the body good. What should I even call this one? The karmic clusterfuck? Ace of Feathers in reverse. Nothing but lies and deception. Okay? Yeah, no second chances. Oh, so what, they're gonna come and reconcile? And you're like, no, I'll pass. No thanks. Yeah, you're not in your head anymore. You know exactly what's going on, collective. You're not stupid. Four of Acorns, yeah. They took away your ability to have any type of happiness. They destroyed it. That's what they wanted. No home, no love, no relationships, nothing. No family, no community, no mutual respect, no unity, no closeness, no intimacy. They wanted to ruin it all. These audastic, dusty motherfuckers. Yeah, they wanted you begging. They wanted you stopped. They wanted you stagnant. I'm not being the one, the negative here. I'm reading cards. No hope. No healing. No peace. Turning you into a dark star. I'm really getting they're putting out that you're toxic, but you're really not, collective. You've just dealt with a lot of abuse over the years. So they're making you out to be something that you're not. And I think there's Spirit saying a few good men that's finding out the truth. And shit's about to hit the fan. But it's gonna, the shit's gonna hit the fan in your favor. They're being very strategic how it's all gonna go down. There's some sort of collaboration to try to be compassionate towards you. No more games. No more tease. And no more missing out. You don't have to make any decision. Because Archangel Michael's in the helm. They don't want the Wheel of Fortune in your favor. They don't want you settled. They don't want you secure or wealthy. And they would sooner cast illusions on you. But you're releasing this third-party bullshit. You're releasing this and walking away. You're done with it. Yeah, you're done with the karmics. They're nothing but a bunch of dusty, crusty pieces of shit. The Wheel of Fortune. Right? This is why you're walking away. This is why you're releasing it. They're feeling defeated. Because you distanced yourself. You ruined everything that they tried to destroy you with. And giving them no other choice but to not be able to walk away from their shit that they pulled. Apparently they were going on vacations with your money. Getting away, relaxing, having fun, all the while you're suffering. And if they don't think that they're going to get karma for that, oof, I think they already know. I think they are going to get karma for that. I think they're already getting it. Yeah, they're clearly not ascending. They're not going to be leveling up anything. If anything, they're leveling down. Yep. They're definitely walking away. There's definitely no more clingy bullshit going on. I'm kind of getting some of them are petrified. Some of them are scared. Because you're getting your wish fulfillment anyway, collective. Whether they like it or not. And there's no self-reflection needed. Spirit's telling me you can live your life now. But maybe it's just why they want to, they want you to kind of, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's what they want you to feel like. But you got this King of Pentacles here. For the situation, they want you unstable. But be patient. Be very patient. I have a feeling that you're going to get the last laugh, collective. Yeah. You're coming out of the cold. You're finding your self-worth. And I have a feeling they're going to be coming in. Oh, we only did it to help you grow. Yeah? Okay. Where the fuck is my axe? 8 of crystals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 8 of crystals. In the reverse. They're envious at the fact that you're so talented. They don't want you to be so talented. They wanted to ruin your ability to be talented. And they didn't want you to be salty about it either. You're just supposed to sit there and take it. But you're a wounded warrior. This is the last straw. 6 of acorns, because you're exposing it all. Every bit of it. And they're no longer allowed to let go of it. Maybe you're not letting go. Maybe you can't recharge, but I think it's because they're being exposed. They can't breathe. And they can't let go of what they've done to you. All for their own stability and joy. Apparently they did it for love. But because you stood on boundaries because of their disrespectful bullshit, you're defending yourself. Enough is enough, right? Yeah. And now they're all sad because you created these boundaries. Because all they did is try to bring chaos into your life to pull you closer. They wanted you begging so that way you'd phone them, you'd get their attention again and say, yo, can you help me? But you never went back. Because you know they're a spineless, dusty-ass fucking snake. And you released it. You released it once and for all. They're nothing but a disgusting piece of shit. Why would you go back to that? I can't have you, no one can. Yeah, stop being so fucking jealous. I don't want anybody. How about that? It's not that I want to go be with somebody. It's the fact I just want to be left the fuck alone. And you'd rather let me, you know, you'd rather see me snap. You know, I'm pouring into myself now. I'm pouring love into myself. I don't need anybody to fill my cup anymore. You know, I just want to be independent. I want to be on my own. You're not going to have me, and no one else will. On my fucking terms. The Chariot. No longer hitting rock bottom, collective. Oh, fucking yeah. And here comes the sun. Nothing but joy. After all of that, I'm leaving it there. That's one good way to fucking end the readings. Why would you even come on here and insult Johnny Cage with his name? You're not even the real Johnny Cage. Imbecile. You couldn't even compete to compare. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Welcome to the karmic clusterfuck. Tonight's reading is brought to you by the karmic energy that chooses to not leave us alone. That chooses to try to sabotage us and ruin our life. Isn't it beautiful to get a confirmation of their bullshit plan that's going to blow up in their face? Hey, they want to sit there and watch and laugh and gawk, then we're going to just talk about them. We're going to out their fucking plan and all their bullshit. Why the hell not, right? Heaven forbid we get the upper hand, right? Welcome in, Bonnie. You're a dirtbag, 101. Why would I want to do that? That's the most karmic thing to do. We must be triggering you. We must be triggering the fuck out of you right now. Maximilian, don't hide the trolls when I'm talking to them. I'm being funny. As you were. Keep going. I'm just being funny about it. Can you tell I'm frustrated? The fact that the lurkin' gherkins they're just being sweet and sour pickles. They don't know whether to love us or hate us. Don't even go with it, Cindy. Seems like blow it out your ass, Cindy. Sounds better. If you knew half the battle, you'd be rooting for me. Oh, I'm perfectly okay. It's everybody else that's gone fucking mad. I'm the most sane one in the bunch. Bonnie Smith, were you like one of my teachers? Somebody needs their brakes fixed. I remember having a Bonnie Smith at the school I went to. That's why I'm asking. 5th grade teacher? I don't know about that. I remember Bonnie, maybe. Maybe. My 5th grade teacher? No, that wasn't it. 5th grade or 6th grade? I don't know. I remember having a Mrs. Smith in high school for English class. She was awesome. She was a great teacher. But either way, you're cool. I don't know if her name is Bonnie, though. That's fucking gross, Ashley. That's disgusting. Not in a fucking million years. You wouldn't be able to pay me $10,000 to do that. That's disgusting. I think you just outed yourself in my live. Algebra, it's pointless. It's really pointless. What state do I live in? Absolute bliss. And if you can't sense the sarcasm, you're doing it wrong. I'm just going with the flow. Good, I didn't want to get into college anyway. It's a fucking joke. Oh, looks like an unmarked running around. Welcome in, Rachel. Are you just showing up? You missed one hell of a show. The karmic clusterfuck. I don't know how I'm gonna put that into words. Oh, I outed the karmics and their plan and everything, so yeah. Get your popcorn ready. Because it's an absolute joke. Why would I want to go spend a whole bunch of fucking money for what? Go into debt to go learn a bunch of shit that's absolutely useless? You know how many people I know that went to college that are broke right now? I've lost count with how many people that went to college and are broke. Absolutely broke. What hasn't happened, Rachel? It's all happening, literally. Well, yeah, I know people that have went to college and they can't even get a job. So what's the point of going to school to go get credentials that are useless? Ooh, I can read a book. I can spend 95% of my life looking at a book and reading a book and learning absolutely nothing that's going to help me out. I graduated high school. I'm proud of that. I'm the only one out of my whole family to do that. Out of my mother and my father and my sister. My sister got her GED, which is cool. And no shade on my dad. No shade on my dad. He's a very hard worker. He's done very well for himself, despite all the pain. No, I am not a Virgo. Yeah, Max is pretty amazing. That's why he's my main mod. Butthurt? Yeah, okay. Everybody's getting screwed without the lube. My own age? Yeah, okay. They're out being fuckboys and hoes. Why would I want to be around that? They're washed out. Screaming at the top of their lungs, wondering why the world's gone to shit. I already know why the world's gone to shit. I went to a trade school. I got certificates in building construction. I actually peer helped and taught the class in my last year. I play 7 instruments, Bonnie. Plus I sing. I don't need college to be talented. I'm sitting at 9%, everybody, on my battery life. I agree, Max. Julian is pretty cool. Thank you for hanging out with us, Julian. I hope things turn out better for you, buddy. You're welcome. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out tonight. No, Rachel, I'm not in here judging anybody. As I say, I read energy. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm here to judge the karmic energy. Whether you're in that karmic energy or not is up to you. It's your choice. It's okay. I'm just responding to the chat. The main reason for me coming in here and judging on the karmic energy is because I'm sick and tired of it, as we all are. And considering I'm not allowed to stick up for myself, I'm going to stick up for myself anyway. And the way I do that is I call out the karmic energy. Just the way it goes. If they don't like it, too fucking bad. This is my therapy. Because not only am I calling them out, but it's the way I express myself. And I'm not only the therapy for myself, but I'm therapy for you guys. It seems to work out pretty good. And I find that after I do a reading, I don't feel so crazy anymore. And it's funny how the cards work out. And the way the cards call everything out. Because I know I have some karmics watching. And I know I'm triggering the fuck out of them. And that's okay. Good. And there's a beautiful soul out there in the world that was a psychotherapist, and she came to me for a reading. And I was already on a list to see a psychotherapist because of my ex. And when she came to me, she wrote me the email basically stating how I helped her through a really, really rough time. And she's very high-end, very well-known in the United States, and that's all I'm saying, okay? She came to me thanking me for the help that I gave her. And she had her credentials in the bottom of the email. And when I got to the bottom of the email and I seen the credentials that she's a psychotherapist, very well-renowned psychotherapist, it blew my mind. And that's the moment when I realized that the therapy that I was waiting for, I was the therapy. So it kind of validated me for what I'm standing for, what I'm calling shit on. And all this time I was waiting for the help, not realizing that I was the help. So that's another reason why I keep going. Because if I can change somebody's life, if I can validate somebody's experience, that helps the situation. It makes you feel that you're not so alone. It makes you feel that you're a part of something. It makes you feel like, you know, you're not as crazy as you might be led out to be, right? So it was a very, very, very validating moment in my life when I got that very amazing email. It really does make it all worth it. Even though the karmic's coming in and they've all got a fucking opinion. Not that it matters. It really doesn't. As far as I'm concerned, they can all eat dirt. They want me to eat dirt anyway, so they can eat dirt instead. Oh, I know I'm on my path, Ruth. I know I'm on the right path. I know I'm on my right. I know where I'm supposed to go. I know what I'm supposed to do. But I keep meeting deception and sabotage every step of the way. It's very tiring. And if anybody has a right and a reason to snap out, it's me. Considering all the bullshit I've dealt with. Running from the darkness? No. Don't run from the darkness. It's there to help you to appreciate the light. Oh, I've fallen victim a lot of times, but it's not how you get knocked down, but it's how you get back up. Good old Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, there's a lot of different videos on my page here, Julian, that you can look into. I gotta be up to like 500 by now. Peace, tranquility, sustainability, purpose. Alpha Pia People. A life full of purpose is a purpose full of life. Five-star rating. Insightful and thorough. He's straightforward and appreciate the detail. He's the real deal. Just reading a review. Hey, Tree. Mm. 75% off the first 10-minute session on your first private session. Did you know that? You can get that on Hipsy. Hmm? It's also a spot where you can get a personal reading. All you have to do is go in my link section and hit up on the Hipsy link that's in my link section on YouTube. So if you want a personal reading, you can book one. There's a bunch there that are able and ready. But anyway, kids, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Who was it that sent me the super chat? I forget. It has left my mind. Hang on. I look back in the chat, see if it still shows up. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm really proud of Julian. You've done very well. Yeah, I think Julian's got an old soul, though. And this isn't his first life here on Earth. And you know what, Julian? You're on your way to, like, tap into that. So tap into your intuition. Allow it to guide you through your life. I think you'll do fine. You'll adapt quite well. I'm about to go to sleep. Should I just leave this on and just do a sleep cam or whatever? A sleep stream? Watch me wake up with like $700 in donations. I can't believe people actually do that. I have a feeling they've taken them off since. I don't think they do sleep streams anymore. Yeah, I think it's about time I go to bed. I'm a sleepy. I woke up, what, 5:30 this morning? Thanks for going along the riding the wave collective. To my tribe, to my supporters, to my members, I love you with all of my heart. You guys make life worth it. So if you're feeling like you're not enough or that you don't do enough, keep going, keep shining. Be like water. And big hugs to every single one of you. Sweet dreams, princess. I hope it goes well tomorrow. Right back at you, kitty cat. And Max and Michael. Yes, indeed. I'm hoping to start on my book soon. If I can get enough members and enough cash to get myself a laptop, because I can't be doing a book on my Well, I guess I could get an app for that, but I like the good old keyboard and mouse and that whole bit. I can get a keyboard for my tablet, though. I might do that. Who knows? I'll look into it. And maybe we'll do a fundraiser to get me a keyboard so that way I can start writing my book. And I'll put it on Kindle or something. Google Docs for writing. I'll look into it. Thank you, Julian. I do have a Google account. Cool. I will check it out. Well, on that note, kids, if you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way you can be good to others. Thanks for riding this wave with me. And maybe I'll do a readings night tomorrow. No collective. We'll see how it goes. Maybe do a keyboard fundraiser. Apparently Brittany says that, oh my God, in 2 hours you're getting your freaking life back. I'm crying, a change you thought would never come. And then the priestess, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. These people be trying you these days. That one was amazing. And tarot.com says, love confirmed your suspicions. A critical truth about your relationship has been camouflaged in the shadows this entire time. Dun dun dun. Hey, Abby. You look like an idiot, JT. I did say Brittany. Avi, I'm waiting for you to reach out to me on Instagram. If you reach out to me tomorrow on Instagram, I'll throw you some cards. But I think we're all added up, so we're ready to rock. Well, yeah, just to get the conversation started. But, yeah. What time zone do you live in? Something tells me you're not on Instagram a lot. Oh, okay, so we're same time, same bat station. So yeah, tomorrow midday or so, unless you're school bound. And then if that's the case, then maybe after school. I don't know. Or work bound. Okay, so hit me up around 4:30. and I'll throw some cards for you, and I'll take some pictures, and I'll throw them in the chat for you. I appreciate you, Avery. Thank you for showing up. And members, because you're paying monthly, whether you're chat or not, chat side, level 1, 2, or 3, whatever, you're paying monthly. So if you have a question and you have access to Facebook or Instagram and you'd like a message, you can always reach out to me. Because you're paying for it. So like for message chat level, you have a question a month, unless you've donated. You get the Flight Club membership. That'll get you, I know it says that it doesn't get you one, but you can still get one. And that goes for level 1s through 4 as well. All right? It's a bit of a mixed bag, Abby. It's a karmic clusterfuck tonight. At least that's what I think I'm calling the reading. But yeah. So everybody, have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. I'm happy you're here, Avy. Sorry you're just jumping in at the end of the live, so I'm gonna go to sleep. You may be able to rewind and watch the live, I don't know, but it might end and click you out when I click off here. Thank you, Julian. Sweet dreams, everybody, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks again for joining me, and yeah, officially, if you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way, you can be good to others. I'll catch you in the next one. Sweet dreams. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you later.